Gen Z and mental health. Two-way street. The boss say, what is it? He says, oh, sir, I'm unable to come. I say, I give you the next 2 hours to complete this thing. And the person says, oh, he's after my mental health. I mean, as of now bastardize that word.
Yeah. Do you think it's because of the fact that TikTok or social media is making it the norm?
So we have integrated laziness or imported laziness as mental health.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Soft Pod. I am Lulu and with me is...
Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Obisanya. I'm from SoftGem.
Hi Joseph, he's my boss. He's the one I submit. He's the
Hi,
one I
Mo.
report. So, hi Joseph, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Energy. I'm fine. What's up? Plans for the weekend? Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fixed up for the weekend already.
Yeah. I know, right? I cannot relate, but I know.
Alright.
So, what's up? Today we have a very, very dicey topic I want us to talk about.
Okay.
It's titled Gen Z wants remote jobs.
Gen Z want remote
Are
job.
we smarter or just lazy? Is it a lazy generation?
Okay, so I say that it's a generation that has found a better way to achieve result.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't make the process faster, but it makes it better anyways.
Okay.
Yes, so I think, but my generation is anyway still the best.
Of course, I'm a Gen Z, right? But I claim millennial, to be honest. Are you a millennial or the one further beyond?
I'm a millennial.
Okay, it's good to know you're not that old.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
Okay. Well, I claim millennial, so I understand. I claim to be a millennial because why? I feel like there are some Gen Z things I just don't agree with.
Well,
So sometimes I'm being called old woman. I'm being called an old woman by my friends and my colleagues sometimes. Not, yeah. I think someone has called me an old woman, yeah.
just because you do not probably maybe agree.
Yes, because I just got,
No.
I can't conform to some things. It's just not the way I was brought up, in all honesty. So I can understand when you say that your generation was in a way. But there are some other aspects of being a Gen Z that, because looking at starting work as a Gen Z in this Lagos, it has been stressful.
Okay.
I wanna like based on what traffic, based on transporting back and forth from home to work and from work back. So I feel like if I was in a remote job, I will not have spent, or I will not spend as much as I spend out of my salary on transport.
Okay.
So from that point of view, what do you think? Do you think that it is better to just sometimes have a remote job or sometimes have an hybrid role?
Okay, so I'll put it this way. First is that I've interacted with quite a lot of Gen Z, and I've discovered one thing precisely with them is that they just don't want to be tracked.
Okay.
Do you understand? And if you're doing a corporate work, especially, and you're working from home 100%,
Yeah.
there's going to be some sort of tracking. Yeah. And I think aside that, I don't see any
Well,
issue.
do you believe that Gen Zs they just want everything instant? There was a post a while ago that everything instant noodles, fast.
yeah, I
they want
think-
it as fast as possible without actually putting in the...
I think it's because of the world that we're in currently. So I'll take you through this example. When I was way much younger and I started going to know there's something called internet,
Okay.
I would go with my friend, we would gather money, we would go into something called a cafeteria. I don't know if they exist again. So we'll buy minutes.
Yeah, cyber cafes.
So we'll buy minutes, like in the cyber cafe, and then would Google everything we have argued about. So sometimes we would argue that this person is this person, this person is this person. Another 30 minutes is for us to go and decipher everything we've talked about. So we say, okay, you are the one that won, I'm not the one that win, end of those things like that. But now, all the information you need is, at the palm of your hand. I don't need to go to any cyber cafe or any thing to get those information. So those processes taught us patience, taught us that there are process to things, because we have to gather money, we have to go to the cafe to buy time and to be able to, do browse and all of that. And that cut across every other thing
Yeah.
that we have. For instance, I used to joke that throughout my life or throughout my childhood, I never ate Indomie. It was when I grew up because Indomie was not. Why do we want to eat Indomie in the first instance? So,
Now Indomie is
so
like
yeah. So now, because we didn't consider it too, we believe that you have to cook the food all through,
yeah.
and I still have that character, anyways. So you will not find me even in the office eating shawarma, eating biscuits, and all of those things
Please, no
because
shade to shawarma, sha. Don't
because
show shawarma shade,
so
yeah.
so that's the thing.
I get.
But now you literally can be able to do all of those things instantly. You don't necessarily have to go through any process. So if you are brought up that way, you end up seeing that you are somebody who thinks everything can be gotten instantly. And truly, everything can be gotten instantly. No. So does it make the generation lazy? No. It just make them, give them more time. There's virtually everything now. In my days, you have to do everything. You have to clean the ground, the floor. You have to, now there's vacuum cleaner. I mean, you have to wash with your hand. Now there's washing machine.
Okay.
You have to. So all of those things that taught us process are no longer there, because you can just dump your clothes in the wash. So there's no fetching water, buying soap. All of those things have been eradicated. And if you live in a world like that, you think that everything is, you can have everything, at an instant.
Okay, so I would like us to divide this into pros and cons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm mentioning a lot of pros, and you're making much sense because we all know that nowadays everything is just on the internet. Your whole life, you can learn as much as you want
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yep.
Both the bad things and the good things.
Yes.
So it's just up to you to just choose, right? So I know. But what are the cons of this Gen Z remote role generation? What are the, I feel like one of them is you don't have access to mentorship, you don't have access to physical. I'm a kind of person, I'm a people person. If I go a week or 2 weeks in the house without seeing somebody, I can go insane. So I feel like, why won't I go out? I need to feel the grass or smell the air or see the sun. So that can be like, also just for my personality wise, that can be a pro or a con based on personality types. So let's talk about the disadvantage of this Gen Z remote role.
Okay, so first disadvantage is that you are entirely self-reliant on your growth, because there's nobody to push you. So if you're in an office of 10, for instance, and you guys are working in the same department, you somehow somebody learned a skill, and you wonder, how did you learn the skill? Then the person says, oh, this is what I did, this is what I did, but remote does not give you that opportunity. In fact, you don't even know the skill the next person is on. So it box you into your environment, and so you are unable to measure your competency with others. So because of that, it limits the growth or the level of growth that you most likely attained. So if it's going to cost you 2 years naturally within an office space, it might take you like 4 years in that remote setting. So that's one big con. Now another con to it is that you're not able to build network.
And
So-
networking is very important.
And networking for any field, any career is key. A man who is in his house or a lady who is in his house is only able to build network around his phone, his system, and whoever he's having meeting with. So it means that you can't build network with somebody in sales. Maybe you are in IT. You can't build network with somebody in finance. So let's assume you lose that job. It's difficult for you to find another one, because you don't even know in the office space. Maybe the person in account then leaves to another company. And he says, oh, there's an opening here. Let me call XYZ. But because you don't even know, you are just seeing that salary is coming, you don't even know who is sending that salary. You don't even know who is prepping that salary. Because, by the way, there's nothing IT is going to be doing on the call with account. Do you understand? So but in a physical space. You and the account person can even be best of friends.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So networking wise
It's very
is going to limit you big time.
I get, and let's not forget no network. Can you hear me? Especially when rain falls. So that is also a very big disadvantage to anything remote in this our generation. So,
Well,
what do you think?
um it's a big thing. Even for me, I won't consider that a con,
Okay.
because even if you're in the office and rain falls,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
you still in that situation. There's this lady called OC.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, who's that, please?
Yes. I'm not sure you know her.
I do.
Yeah,
It looks, the name
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yes. So she can complain of network too sometimes when she's at home. So
Or at work too.
no, maybe at work, because we can always see.
Oh.
But at home, so it's not a con for me. Yeah.
I would like your opinion on some certain questions I'm going to ask now.
All right.
And I would like it based on the millennial.
Okay.
Is hustle culture
Yes.
toxic or necessary?
So when you say also culture,
Yes.
so you see the idea that people have to also, it's an enshrined ideology
Okay.
that we have. And for me, I think it's not toxic, because, like I used to play around, I say everything I have had struggled to have them, and also to arrive there.
I believe that. I'm also an hustler, but I also would have preferred if I had things way easier. If I was just born with a silver spoon in my mouth as I was coming to this world with a
Yeah.
silver spoon, because it makes life easy in a sense. It gives you opportunities in a sense. It makes you sometimes not to, I understand that it makes you sometimes not to appreciate some things, but then it gives you a softer life.
Soft life.
It gives you a softer life.
Everyone
Or a
wants
softer
soft
landing.
life. But you see, the thing is, somebody broke their back for that soft life. That's my own entitlement, anyways.
I understand
So-
you. Somebody had to do the work.
So
I understand
there's always
you.
somebody underlining, that aspect, saying I have to also for my family or for my wife
To have
or
it
for my
way
child.
easier.
Yeah, so,
I
you know,
get. Yeah, somebody had to
you
just.
still have to also.
Yes, I.
Everyone still have to also.
Yes,
Me,
thank you.
I'm also learning, anyways. So I might blow tomorrow now.
So lately they've been Gen Z and mental health.
Yeah, I love this part.
Isn't around. So I want to ask: should work-life balance be more important than career growth? In the sense that I'm doing a job, it's stressing me, I quit. I get another job, it stresses me, I quit. Because my mental health is very important to me. I cannot be in a toxic environment.
Gen Z and mental health. Two-way street. Two-way street. So you see, the thing that I see nowadays is pretty much very fickle.
Okay.
Yes. And too much work is termed mental health. Too much request is termed mental health. So I've seen somebody now who says that I have to protect my mental health. I'm sorry.
But when is there a line?
So you see, the issue of mental health has to entirely come to the basis of emotion and feeling.
Okay.
So if your work has not gotten to a level where it affects how you feel or how you begin to think. So as Monday is coming now, you're already saying, "Oh God, how am I going to?" I don't think you have arrived at a mental health level. But somebody is unable to complete an assignment because they are busy watching video or TikTok, and then the boss says, "What is it?" He says, "Oh, sir, I'm unable to come." I say, "I give you the next 2 hours to complete this thing," and the person says, "Oh, he's after my mental health." I mean, as how now, because we have now bastardized that word.
Yeah.
And we have integrated laziness or imported laziness as mental health. So somebody is supposed to deliver something in 4 hours, and the person is unable to deliver it, and he says that they're after his mental health or her mental health. And then the next thing, the person walks into your office and say, "Sorry, I can't do this again," and the person drops the resignation letter, and the person leaves.
Well, do you think if Gen Zs, I mean, if millennials were also given that same opportunity, won't they just quit their job?
No.
Why do you think so?
So because I'll talk from my perspective.
Yeah.
That I've worked in multiple organizations, even 2 multinationals now. So I see a clear understanding. I mean, when you work in multinational, the pressure is high. Why? Because they are not competing locally.
Okay.
They are competing globally. Meaning that whatever game you are bringing to the table is going to be beyond here. Because you are not just competing with your local players. You are completely competing globally. So the pressure is very high.
Okay.
And that was where I learned most of the things I learned. Because I needed to find ways to deliver. But if you do that in this current situation, the person would not even be able to push themselves to the limit to know or to discover their greatest strength. At the end of the day, you have somebody who is just thinking every limit they reach is a mental health point. So it means that they are not able to push themselves beyond that growth. Oh, those environments actually pushed us to be able to arrive at a level where we no longer are afraid of pressure. We are no longer afraid of deadlines. And we're no longer afraid of how do I do this? Because we already know. But what happened in this generation now is that the person is not ready to push. The person is not ready to go the extra mile. And the person is already complaining of mental health. You know? So
Well, do you think social media, TikTok, has made it more like romantic? I said not really romantic, has made it more like
elaborate.
Yes, in like quitting jobs, like Gen Z's. Okay,
So-
my mental health, just like what we
Yeah.
just said. Do you think it's because of the fact that TikTok or social media is making it a norm?
So the thing is, so let me tell you how this is. It's called an aggregating effect. I don't know if we have heard of that before. But you see, an aggregating effect is that you speak something and it resonates with a number of people, and then they all agree about that same situation because they have the same ideology about it. So before now, where social media was not rampant, it was difficult to find people of similar ideology.
Okay.
So it didn't make words or actions to be taken seriously. But now that there's social media, somebody goes online, says, "Oh, this work is tiring. I can't even work. Look, I can't even." And then somebody says, "Yes, that's how my boss does it on the." And the person says, "Yes," you know. So you now begin to see same people who have the same ideology about that situation coming together or aggregating to push that cause. Then you see that there's an aggregating effect. And what aggregating effect causes is that it makes that situation to go viral. Do you understand? So that's the problem. It's not because it's not been there. It's because now there's an amplifier, amplifying environment for it.
Yeah.
You know, using aggregating effect. So yeah,
Okay. So just last one.
yeah.
I'd like to ask, would you rather prefer peace at home or office gossip and free AC?
What am I? Wait, what am I gossiping in the office?
I like this.
I have a wife. I have a
I
daughter,
like this. Millennial. Love it.
and I love to.
I don't have a husband. I don't have a daughter yet.
So you see that I have to be at home to hear my baby's gist. She gives me everything that happened in school with the mom. By the time I get in,
Of
what a
course.
lovely gist! I'm hearing that for the next
Of
5 minutes. So you see, and you see, the
course.
good thing is that in that 5 minutes, I'm not hearing anything, but she's talking. That's a good gist.
That's a very good one.
So I don't want to
agree.
be under the hoist. Give me that gist any day, anytime.
All right. So, in conclusion, what did I take from today's podcast? I would say that mental health
Okay.
is not something we should just try around easily, because there's actually a line, you can't say that because there's no work that doesn't have its own stress. Neither is there no there's in Nigeria self gone being in Nigeria, I feel like we're already like created to be stressed, in all honesty. So you just have to choose your stress and just work it out in all possible ways.
But when they were asking them to say, oh, can you work under pressure? Say yes, I can work under pressure.
I don't want to
I've
say
been
yes,
working-
I can work under pressure.
I've been working under pressure
When
since
you
the-
interviewed me,
say-
did I say yes, I can work under pressure?
No, so that's the way it is. The person says yes, I can work very well under pressure. I've worked in 2 places under pressure, under pressure,
Agree.
until the day you see pressure, and then you no longer are able to work under it.
I can
So,
get
but
that.
the pressure is not like the person is saying, "Oh, if you don't do this thing, I will kill you. I will you will die tomorrow." The pressure is very simple. That if we don't get this done, it means that we are in soup. I mean, as a company, we are going to lose a customer. We are going to lose a business, or and if we go out of business, everybody go out of business. So we need to meet this deadline. So
thank you, Joseph, for joining us on today's podcast.
thank you very much
Thank
for
you. It
hosting.
was enlightening. Yes,
Yeah.
Osi, thank you. Osi is always behind the camera.
Yes.
That was the Osi we're talking about in the video.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Is there any last words you have for our viewers or listeners?
All right. So if you are a Gen Z, don't be offended, but I think that
No offense taken. No
yes,
offense taken.
I think we need to just revisit the idea of mental health, work, and pressure, and what really qualifies for mental health. Like I said, if it's not affecting your emotion or your feeling, it hasn't qualified for that
Word.
yet.
Word.
So
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Bye.
bye everyone. Love you.